The wintry weather is also taking a toll on airports. Here's a live look at Reagan National Airport. Of course, the snow caused some cancellations and delays there.
All right, here is how the airport looked overnight. Snowplow crews out there working tirelessly to try to keep the runway clear. There was a ground stop in place this morning, but it has since been lifted.
Now, earlier this week, it was a completely different story. Several flights were diverted and it left passengers stranded, and we saw hundreds of unclaimed bags.
Yeah, our Abby Larico is with us from DCA with a look at the conditions this time around. How are folks navigating this round of winter weather?
Hey, Adam and Simone. So we've been here since first thing this morning, and I will say there are more delays, a lot more yellow here on the departure board than when we first arrived. Those have kind of been building up, delays of about 2 hours on average, though some just a few minutes. And then you're also seeing some of these red marks which signify cancellations. Quite a few. We're talking about over 300 delays in and out of DCA as of a few minutes ago when I just checked on FlightAware, and about 200 cancellations. But those cancellations earlier in the day might have actually helped things move smoothly throughout the day here at DCA. And here's what I mean by that. Early delays and cancellations meant people could stay home or adjust their travel plans rather than coming here and being held up hours and hours at their gates or on the tarmac like we saw earlier this week. Airlines can lighten up their schedules or canceling or rescheduling flights in anticipation of slowdowns on the runway, like when the single way out of DCA must be shut down for about 45 minutes each time it needs plowed. We talked to some passengers who said that they got here early today, not quite sure what to expect. Others caught in a few delays, but pretty excited about moving forward with their travel plans, especially those heading to warmer destinations with on-time departures. Those folks seemed pretty cautiously optimistic about their flight plans.
I have pretty good faith in the airlines. I think that they're doing the best job that they can given the circumstances, but you never know.
Something to remember, in case of weather-related delays, passengers aren't entitled to quite as many adjustments or accommodations from the airlines as they are when it's a delay or a cancellation the airline could have prevented. So it's important to note that free hotels or vouchers for meals are less likely in a weather-related situation. But if your travel plans are flexible, you might want to check in and see if the airline is offering any accommodations for you to be able to switch your flight time, for example, and move things around that way so you don't have to get stuck at the airport if things wind up changing. Another thing to remember, if the airline cancels your flight for any reason and you choose not to rebook, you are entitled to a full cash refund. Guys?
You know what? Just hearing some of those options, Abby, those are so helpful, we know, for some of our frustrated travelers. So thanks for that information. We'll see you soon.